Okay.
I'm not watching the bloody writing. Don't worry.
I, along with Mum, lore and many questions. You're welcome to ask questions. This is going to cover lore. It's not a review of the movie.
I understand.
So here's the premise. It's a sci-fi future. In the year 2349, there's a thing called the Quiet Rapture. Every planetary body with anything useful on it disappears. Planets, moons, stars. The only things left are space stations and the ships travelling between them at the time. So there's a population of humans that is dwindling and starving with no natural resources. They find 4 moons, which have oceans of blood on them. It's implied these moons are, new, and they are investigating them for natural resources. So the story focuses on a convict who is sent to investigate as a sort of community service for crimes. They're in a submarine called the Iron Lung. This submarine has a compass, coordinates, a depth meter, oxygen meter, other handy stuff. No window. It's got a camera instead that you operate from the rear. Prints 1 photo at a time, very slowly. Takes 3 seconds to print the photo. And they also get a printed map with marked locations of interest they have to go and take photos of.
Does this happen on one of the moons?
Just the one.
Okay.
I think they're investigating a couple, but the story is just on one. And they also have a really shit radio in the sub. This is the same across the movie and the game. This is the common ground.
Right.
Everything else that I'm about to talk about is only from the movie, pretty much. My movie-going experience. The first time I went to see this, I was very scared and very confused. And then Mark posted this video.
It's all just a big conspiracy. It's just I gotta make a movie so confusing they have to watch it twice.
And that made me laugh, so I went to watch it twice. And the second time I got a CC machine, and I took notes.
Closed caption, okay.
Yeah, and I was still scared. I think if I went to see it a third time, I would also still be scared. This is all stuff I've pieced together from before the movie starts, before the first shot. So I think Simon, who's our protagonist, when he was very, very young, he went with his mum to a space station called Eden. This is because of a quote that goes, "We have a tree, it'll feel just like home. Don't be like that, you'll love it there." Eden is a space station with trees. And then the Quiet Rapture happens, and at some point Simon's mum dies, and he's indoctrinated into Eden's religious cult. This is my drawing of it. It's them in the tree. People in this cult refer to each other as brothers, and they listen to this preacher person called the Father. Simon kills many people at quite this young age, and he's referred to as the Butcher. He does this for the cult. Quote, "You've got more blood on your hands than anyone out here, killer." And I think he murders because the father says they think there's no soil for the trees, but when we die, our bodies become the soil. I think it's...
Oh, okay.
This could be about a grand plan to restart nature without humans. It's got religious overtones, the Quiet Rapture and everything. Maybe they think humans were a bad decision, and so they're just they want everyone to die and help grow the trees. Maybe that's what it is. That's my best guess. And then 5 years after the Quiet Rapture, Eden attacks a station belonging to the Consolidation of Iron. It's called Filament Station, and it's a 9-day battle. And Simon, at some point, changes his mind. Quote, "When did you grow a conscience, Simons? You've got the highest body count out here. You'll have to kill your own brothers to stop this." So they had a plan to do something that wasn't to destroy the station, but they had a plan that Simon didn't like. And at some point, Simon's handed a detonator or a radio. This is my police sketch of that scene. I'm informed this might have been a knife in a sheath, which is also equally likely, I think. I just couldn't really see it. He sees a redhead in the corridor yelling at him to do something, and then there's an explosion that comes down the corridor. I don't think the redhead dies here. I think he comes back later. This is my personal theory. Not very popular on the internet, turns out. So the station blows up. 62 of the COI people that were living there die, and some unknown amount of Eden's soldiers also die. Yeah, and Simon is arrested by the COI.
He didn't do it.
Well...
He was there, but he didn't want to be there.
Well, it's very
He decided
unclear.
It wasn't good.
It's very unclear.
Okay.
He later claims, quote, "I had nothing to do with Filament Station. That wasn't part of the plan. They didn't listen to me." He actually talks a shit ton about how it's so not his fault, which makes me think it's his fault. Anyway. So, time for the movie. This is where the movie starts.
Okay.
I won't put any scary pictures that I don't tell you about beforehand, by the way. So he's doing his community service. He's working for a woman named Ava. You see her COI badge? Consolidation of Iron.
Oh, but yeah. Okay.
And the deal is that he goes down and takes pictures and then no more jail. He's a reformed citizen of the COI if he does his work. He's going down and he's doing his work. There's water dripping in the submarine. It hits some pipes and it like hisses and evaporates. It's very hot in there. And a drop of blood lands on his hand, and there's a big like audio camera emphasis on it. I think this is blood pact stage 1.
Okay, blood pact.
Blood pact.
Is this the first time there's a major issue with the blood, if you don't know what's going on? Is this the first time you see it, really?
This is the first time we're in the ocean.
Okay.
Yep. So he finds a skeleton that wasn't on the map. Here's my artistic rendition of that. Yep. That's true, I didn't realise. Something swims nearby him and it knocks on the sub, so the COI pulls it back up with a cable. It's attached by a cable. So he doesn't control the depth. They sort of drop him down.
That's even worse.
Yeah. Oh, it'll get worse. So he's come back up. He's asking what's the deal with the water in the submarine. I should mention the radio is really shit. It doesn't work when he's down in there.
Okay, great.
Like sometimes maybe,
That's
sometimes
such
not.
good planning.
Yeah.
Why have you got smile on the top? Are you reminding yourself to smile now?
It'll become relevant. It's okay.
Yeah.
He asks about the water, and Ava says that it's condensation, and Simon gets halfway through saying, I know what condensation looks like, but he drops the topic. So Simon reckons it's not condensation. I think this is important, but we move on. The COI wants him to go back down and sample the skeleton, because they're like, why is there a skeleton? That means things are living, that means resources for us, we can also live. And Simon wants to leave because that was the deal. You know, take photos and then you're free. But the COI is ignoring him. They're welding this like sampling mechanism to the front of the submarine. And so Simon is very angry and he takes a photo, and it turns out the camera he's been using has been an X-ray gun the whole time.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's not a skeleton.
Exactly. That is something that so many people didn't pick up. And so now the welder who was working on the front of the sub has like mega cancer.
Oh yeah.
And he copped a few other people in the back, Ava included. He's kind of accidentally handed them a death sentence. And the COI is mad about this.
No doubt.
And so they drop the sub back down with all slack in the cable. He's lifting up like it's a broken elevator and slam into the surface of the ocean. And he hits the deck really hard and he breaks his teeth or something, and he's got blood on the deck. Blood Pact Part 2.
Okay.
Next stage, he goes back to the skeleton. It's moved, which is normal apparently. Things move around in the blood ocean, apparently. Simon rams into it and samples it, and it leaves a little hole, so he reckons he's got a sample. But a big fish shows up. This fish.
Scary fish.
Very scary.
Lonely fish. Look at that sad fish.
I know. I just saw concept art for this today, and it looks like there's human skulls on the outside.
What?
Like melting into it. Which we'll get back to later, but what is important is that we're still using an X-ray, and I always wondered why it looks like this on the X-ray, but it looks like the outside is made of bone, so they thought about it. It's bashing on the sub, and it breaks the tether cable, and it knocks the sub really hard, and Simon gets knocked out. And he wakes up because the alarm is blaring, and it says, hull breach, hull breach, hull breach. The power is out, it's dark, and it's saying, hull breach, hull breach. He's waking up, and then he goes, fire, and he turns around, he's like, ah! There's a fire in the submarine. There's a fire extinguisher, and he puts it out, and it's going, hull breach, and he says, shut the fuck up, and slams the extinguisher across the radio. That clip, for some reason, has made it out onto the internet. People are using it as a reaction gif. It's very funny. But he smashes the radio, and then he sees a ghost. A spooky ghost. And I think this is the redhead from the past.
Oh yeah.
Other people say it's Simon.
From Filament something.
Filament Station.
Yeah.
Yes. Other people say it's Simon. I reckon it's the redhead.
Okay.
Because it had red hair, I think. And it leads Simon to a secret stash. So there's water in the stash, which he drinks. There's 70% alcohol in the stash, which he drinks. There's a glass charm tree seed thing. Something like that. People thought it was a mosquito. I don't really blame them. And seeing this, Simon breaks down into tears. It's either from his mum or from Eden, because Eden is where the trees are.
Yeah.
But either way, it's very important. And you can see on his wrist, there's a loop, a broken loop of metal where he used to have one attached. I don't know if this is the same one. Probably not. I think someone pointed out online that there was a line of dialogue that implied that the COI took it off him to try and grow their own tree. So this one maybe came from the redhead. I'm assuming everyone in Eden had one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like petrified in glass. So good luck growing a tree out of that. Yeah. Simon ties this onto his wrist with a bit of string. He's very sad, sort of happy sad about it, I think.
Yeah.
And the stash comes with access to an audio note, which is the same as the game, which was very cool. You don't have to read all of it, I'll just read you the best part. Hope in this void is as illusionary as the starlight. I will choose to breathe my last here, unseen, unheard, and uncontrolled. They will get their execution. I will get my freedom.
Oof.
It's really cool. I like that one. So, sparing you the details, he fixes the submarine whilst completely refusing to read the multiple page manual on how to fix the submarine. So we get back up, and we're in a cave, and we are off the map. So his paper map that he had,
Oh, yeah.
not very useful anymore.
Which is the first time you've mentioned it.
Yeah, he's been using it.
Okay, thanks. Just looking. Okay.
There's a fish. The fish is watching him. This is my police sketch of that scene. The fish backs up down the right-hand tunnel, and Simon, who is scared and joking and all of that, he says, "Let me know if anyone comes by asking for Simon." That is relevant later.
Okay.
The fish seems to be leading him down the right-hand side, but he obviously goes down the left-hand side, because fuck that.
Yeah.
There are many strange photos that he sees in his travels here. It's a bit Alice in Wonderland. There's like forests of weird things, or maybe neurons, or all sorts of...
X-ray camera.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's just going in a big circle, so he ends up where he started.
Right.
He's like, right, I have to go down the
You do.
right-hand side. And he finds his radio starts working and picking up voices that he doesn't recognise. It's another sub,
Oh, wow.
and it's called the SM8, and he chats with the crew, and they are researchers.
Okay.
2 lady researchers, a very convenient picture I found. They don't know about Filament Station. They don't know who he is. But they thought he was Ava coming to save them.
So they know COI.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They're working with the COI.
Okay.
You know, research equipment and stuff in there.
They're wearing the badge.
We don't see them, but yeah, I assume they would
Okay.
be having the badges. There's quite a lot of dialogue to get through here. Right. So they found a thing called the light, which gave them answers. Very vague, I know.
Very godly.
Yeah. It's what caused the quiet rapture, or a fragment of it. It was shining through the hull like it didn't even matter, like nothing could ever matter. And Simon asks, "Is that how you're still alive?" And they say, "Yes. No, that isn't right. I'm forgetting something important. Forget about the light. It won't help you. You can't help us. Some things are too dangerous to remember." Regardless, they give him the coordinates to the light, and he goes, "I think there's no other way to get back to the main. It's like just further in the tunnel, I think is the situation."
Okay.
And the SM8 staff crew ask him, "What would you give to survive?" And Simon says, "Anything. Blood Pact Stage 3.
Ah.
I think. And the SM8 people say, "You will live and we will be free." Simon arrives at the light. This is my little thing. On his photo, I think it flickers a bit, like it's pulsing, even though he just took a photo. So it's something really weird, very strange. And the voices, they slip up and they refer to him by name. They call him Simon. He asks, "How do you know my name?" And they say, "You told us." Back when he was yelling at the fish that if anyone was looking for Simon.
Oh, yeah.
So the estimate voices are connected with the fish in some way.
Okay.
I think they're part of the fish. The fish has the human skulls melting into it. They don't know about Filament Station. It's been 5 years.
Oh.
And that's connected to the light because they're alive because of the light by their own admission.
Okay.
But they're kind of half insane, half normal. Like some things they say they don't realise what's happening, and other things they seem to be speaking as the light or as the fish. It's a bit unclear.
Wow.
So he gets to the light, it's shining through the hull, just like they said. And he's also looking at the radio, which they've been speaking through, and it's smashed up and unplugged. So he's like, oh shit. So they weren't speaking to him through the radio, they were speaking straight into his brain. And there's a big golden light, and the sub sort of gets cut in half, and there's a fish going by, and time is very slow. This is my rendition of that scene. You see its eye going past him, and he's like, whoa! Many people say that he was having hallucinations because he's drunk a bunch of alcohol, he's had brain damage, radiation poisoning, low oxygen, dehydration, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I think this is a relatively real vision. I reckon most of the things that he sees are real. This slide has some pretty, like, sometimes gross images, so if you don't want to look at them, just let me know.
Sneak a peek.
Simon wakes up covered in blood. They're just very red images.
Okay, great.
It's from the trailer.
Ooh.
It's from this scene. In like a weird world, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The charm that he tied around his wrist, he can't pull it out of the blood, it's going down. And people online say that there's like tree roots. I missed it both times. I was looking straight at it I just missed it. I trust them though, there probably were tree roots going down. The fish is there and it looks at him and it says, agreed. And I think it's responding to him saying, I'd give anything to live.
Yeah,
Another stage on the Blood Pact, stage 4. From here on, just tangentially, the submarine starts to get this like rust or weird bloody colour on the inside, whereas before it was relatively normal. So I think something happened, considering it was cut in half.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was a vision, or maybe that was real. You don't know. This is also probably when this photo was taken, and when he was hospitalised for
God.
dunking his head under too much fake blood. It was this or it was another scene.
Oh my gosh.
So he wakes up, he's back in the sub, he's alive, and he coughs up a ton of blood, and then he just keeps driving. He's like, I'm just going to get back, I'm going to get out. And the radio finally connects to Ava. And notably, it's plugged back in. It's fixed. Somehow. Even though he smashed it.
He did.
So Simon is freaked out, and he says, stop fucking with me. He's so done. And he's demanding, what's my name? And Ava says, I don't think we ever got your name.
No.
Yeah. And so he's like, okay. Also, what the fuck? Why didn't you know my name when you sent me down here? They've just been calling him convict the whole time. Apparently, it's been multiple days, and they're wondering how he has oxygen. Because it's been gradually going down this whole time. And he says, I thought I died. I might have died. And he says, I think I've done enough. He wants out. More than he bargained for, right? But they can't pull him back out because the tether is snapped. But in the SM8, the one with the researchers, there's a black box which has data which is very, very, very important that came from the light. They figure this out. If he can go there and get close enough, he can remotely download the data, and then Ava will personally come down to get him, and then maybe humanity will be saved. Ava says, it's more than you, it's more than me. Like, we have to just put it all aside.
Yeah.
Simon agrees, and they tell each other their names, which is very sweet.
Hi, I'm Simon.
Yeah.
My name's Ava.
No, they do the thing they do in movies where they have silence for a while and you think they're done talking, and then he's like, Simon. Anyway. And then it's so over. So we're back to the SM8. He makes it back, and it's moved behind him. It starts popping on the proximity meter. He's got, like, you know those car things that beep when you're getting close to something? Yeah. It's on constant parking mode, the submarine. It's beeping, and the voices tell him it's a trap. And he gets a photo, and it has a hole in it. And this is when he realises the SM8 crew are dead. Or, like, sort of definitely not still in the submarine.
Right.
But they're alive somehow. So maybe he can live through this somehow. So he's downloading the data, and the fish shows up. And there's an image that looks like this. Bunch of skulls with teeth.
This is on the 3-second image at the back of the...
Yeah, all of the pictures are on that.
Got it.
We don't go outside the sub for pretty much the duration of the movie.
Good.
Yeah, keeps it cheaper. I found out these are all CGI and then hand painted over and then put through the filter to make it look like a shit
nice.
X-ray. It's very cool. Yeah, teeth everywhere. It's like he's in some sort of tooth world. Very strange. So the fish has got him, and it starts bashing the sub. Image 1. Picked this from the trailer. Turns out actually is from this scene. Didn't realise.
Oh.
But low oxygen, right?
Ah, yes.
The voices tell him it wants you to destroy the data.
Okay.
I got confused at this point because this part of the movie is really scary. But this is what I remember. The data downloads, and there's more bashing. There's so much bashing. There's these also. Good freeze frame of his ass out. There are many voices from his memory, which is where we get a lot of the clues. He's going a bit crazy. He's got these bandages on his arm, but he pulls them back and it's like horribly infected or blistery or boils. Yeah, exactly. Blech. It's got like a blood infection, basically.
Yeah.
It's all over. There's a crack that appears in the front window. Just enough blood comes through to go right over his eyes.
God.
And the voices say, half measures, never enough, which is, it's the best delivery in the whole movie. And I can't wait to be able to listen to it on streaming and just maybe set it as my ringtone or something. It's really cool. It's fantastic. So the sub is like degrading in quality. It's filling with blood and the walls will sort of have stuff on it. This is my rendition. It's up to there.
It's delightful.
Yeah, it's not good. The blood comes in and it rushes in, right? And then the oxygen meter goes up 1, which means probably the blood is oxygenated.
Yeah.
It might explain why he's been alive for so long.
Yeah,
but I think there's more to it because the voices at some point in this whole thing say, what did you do? You changed everything. Your ship is alive. So I don't know what that's about. It's something to do with the ghost, because if he wasn't hallucinating it, who was showing him the ghost in the submarine, right?
Yeah.
It shows up again at another point too, but it doesn't really do anything helpful. Ava is on the radio trying to meet him, and the voices say, they tell him like, she's just going to download the data and leave you to die. right? Trying to
yeah.
get him to not trust. And then they say, you took her down to hell with you, and now she'll die, or something. And there's screams on the radio, and the fish crushes the sub. And now apparently there was an image of this, and I missed it both times I was watching the movie.
Because you're watching with your eyes closed.
Well, no, I was going back and forth between writing notes the second time. Sometimes I'd fix a typo and I'd look up and I'd missed a few seconds. It must have been very quick, but I've seen the picture. It's very cool.
You fixed typos mid-movie?
Well, yeah.
Just...
I didn't get all of them.
Oh my gosh.
There was a line, some
Just
things...
go back later.
The line that was like, some things are too dangerous to remember, I wrote it as damgerous. I didn't realise it till later. The voices blame Simon, basically. They're like, you killed her. It's like, dude, you killed her, but okay. And they say, you can still redeem yourself, destroy the data. So they're kind of offering him this alternate choice. He can destroy the data, and then he'll be given eternal life. It's kind of the deal that I'm getting at. I think. So it's trying to manipulate him. It's making him feel guilty and mistrusting. Yeah. At some point, Simon puts a hand on the wall and it gets stuck. And there's like veins coming down onto his arm, and it like pulls him up, and he's stuck between the two walls, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's pulling it away, and he pulls away, but his arm, most of his arm stays behind.
That's so
like,
gross.
It is disgusting. It's awesome though. Now for a break, slightly. For a lore thing. Where is all this blood coming from? You would think the blood ocean. I think perhaps not, because I think the data from the light, or the answers that they found in the light, is the source of the blood.
Okay.
Because when Simon pulls out the black box, he has to go underneath the floor decking to pull it out. That's probably the other time that might have ended with him with this. There's so many times when he could have been hospitalised for that. But he pulls out the black box and he throws it up on the deck, and we have like a 5 to 10 second shot on this thing, and there's blood coming out of it.
Oh.
And no one online is talking about this, but it's bloody obvious to me, that that's the source of the blood. And there's another line from the SM8 researchers earlier where it's like, we've seen signs that the blood might be human, but only near the light. So I think the light puts out human blood, and then it stops being human and joins the blood ocean at some point.
Oh, golly.
And they also say about it, the answers burst our mind like a tick. Which I thought was just cool. And then I'm like, oh, ticks fill up with blood and burst. So there you go. So the answers are the source of the blood. He downloads the data and the blood starts coming out, which is really cool, I think. And that's the infinite source of food, water, and air. It has all the components. That would save humanity. It would be their resource, right? They have nothing else.
Yeah.
So he wraps it in a life vest, which in peak irony is bright red. And he has like a knife sheath that he's been like fiddling with the whole movie. Someone pointed this out online, and he uses it maybe to tie everything together or something like that. And he's saying, please have this go up safely or something like that. I don't think it showed up on the CC machine because I didn't write it down.
Oh.
I don't know, I'll have to wait until it comes out on streaming. But he definitely says multiple times, it's more than me. It's more than me. Like, he's convincing himself. He's got it there and he's missing an arm. Yeah, it's a really cool shot. The blood's coming up. At this point, the fish bites the sub.
Yep.
And the voices are constantly yammering at him. He gets the fire extinguisher and he bashes one of the teeth. It's clean enough.
Wow.
He's yelling, you want the butcher? You know, which is the first time he's acknowledged the fact.
That he is the butcher.
Indeed. Anything else he's talked about, it's like, oh, sorry for irradiating the crew. It wasn't my fault about Filament Station. All this sort of guilt and blah, 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 not a word about mass murder of what seemed like kids. Like, really bad. He just hasn't mentioned it. Weird, right? And the sub fills up more, and you see Simon's eye like flashes red, and then we get one shot from outside, and the sub explodes. It's in the mouth of the fish, and the fish also explodes. Like dissolves, and there's these black roots that come out. People were saying, which I think is interesting, maybe the idea of our bodies will become the soil was a prophecy. And he has the tree seed. He has some kind of blood-packed magic going on. Red flashing in his eye, not normal, right? And then in the moment where he's going to die, when we die, our bodies become the soil.
Yep.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Okay.
And then we had the last shot in the whole movie, which is this. It's the surface of the ocean. There's a spotlight, and there's the black box. It's floating there in the life vest. This looks good to me now. I'm going to see the actual shot again, and I'm going to laugh at what I drew. That's fine. So that's it. Final thoughts, mainly what the hell.
Big what the hell.
I've got some themes to talk about.
Go for it.
Freedom in death, life is a prison. There's a bunch of religious stuff. Hell, God, the rapture. He does a deal with the devil and he breaks it.
Getting strung up by his hands across the...
Yep. People were for sure pointing that out. And he's also like a sacrificial savior figure.
Yep.
At the end. And it's Eden. literally
Yeah,
Eden with a
well, that's
father,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
Simon has a very strong will to live. That's like his defining feature. But he also has a very strong sense of justice and a lot of guilt. So they're all in combat with each other.
Yeah.
Right? He dodges the blame for Filament Station big time. Like 6 lines I got from him about how it's like, oh, it's whatever, it doesn't matter, or like it wasn't me, or they abandoned me, blah, blah, blah. He's such a sore loser about it. And he says that he's done enough, despite the fact that he's done mass murders, and he probably actually hasn't done enough to give back for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just gone through a lot. That's not doing things. But he apologises for when he X-ray blasts the crew. And when they drop the sub with him in it, the guy on the radio is like, come on, it's fair enough. And he doesn't challenge that. He has selective judgment. But in the end, he finally acknowledges his murderous past and chooses to sacrifice himself for humanity. I'd actually think he could have chosen to be with the fish and the blood and the light as a spirit living on with them.
Yeah.
I think he really could have. There was a line that's like, you saw the horror in it, what did it see in you? There was another line like, it wants you to do this. And I don't remember when they said it, which would help me to figure out what the hell they're talking about. Otherwise, I'm still pretty confused. Maybe the estimate crew are living on in the fish, like physically joined it. One of them was drinking the blood. We have these poster images, which tipped me off to this whole idea, even before I saw the concept art, that the creature has human bones in it. It's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
So maybe all the people that disappeared in the Quiet Rapture ended up here. Because I don't think the COI has sent enough people down for that. Like, probably not.
Considering the size of the thing.
Yeah, it's very big. It fits the sub in its mouth like a burger. Or maybe the SM8 researchers are in the light, because they talk about the fish like it's a separate entity. It wants you to do this. Like, it kind of talks like that, sort of separate. But there was always a degree of separation, because sometimes they forget what they are. They think they're in the sub. They think they're waiting for Ava. They're in this delusion land. So maybe that degree of separation is why they say it wants you to do this, not we want you to do this.
Are they referring to the light as it or to the fish as it?
That's the other question, isn't it? Because it's not super clear.
No.
So that's also confusing. I think once I have this on streaming, it'll be more obvious because of like the order in which they say things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the SM8 crew generally don't want him to get the data and give it to humans. Partly because the blood that it's creating is human, and so if humans used it to survive, it would be cannibalism. I think maybe that's why they don't like it. I think there was a line that's like, we found this, but we shouldn't do anything with it because it's like unspeakably horrible or whatever. But like, free food.
Is it a species thing? Like it doesn't want the humans back? Got rid of them?
Maybe.
Mostly. There's a few hanging around in some spaceships.
Yeah, I did consider it might be a resource battle. But like, whatever's going on with the light, it's definitely godly. There are many other clues that will come up, I'm sure, when the movie comes to streaming, and we can go frame by frame with a calm mind through the thing.
I'm a bit confused about the submarine getting snapped in half and then he's like tootling around in it afterwards.
That me too.
What happens, is there like a second out where he's like passed out and then he comes back and it's back to normal?
Yeah, he has that dream where he wakes up in the blood and I have a button to take the scary images away, by the way. He wakes up in the blood and then he wakes up in the sub, like he was like passed out. The sub is whole. I think that's the point where the radio gets fixed. I think it might even be in a different location, but I didn't write the coordinates down a single time when I was watching this movie, which was bad of me, because they're pretty relevant.
So what are the chances he got teleported in the movie?
Oh, high.
Okay.
High, but I wasn't looking. I think I wrote I'm allergic to numbers at some point in the movie when I was watching it. I was like, someone else is going to have to do this work for me, and then I go online and no one's done the work. So.
Oh, no.
This is the movie I've been obsessed with.
This has not helped me at all.
What did you want this to do for you?
I thought I'd come away going, oh, I understand now, but no.
No one's walked out of the cinema thinking that. I think it's a mystery movie that you're meant to pick over.
If you haven't played the game, you saw the playthrough of the game.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had that playthrough, watching the playthrough or played the game, does it make any difference? Like if the people reviewing never saw that, would that have impacted their understanding of it?
I think it would leave you feeling a little unstable at the very start of the movie. Because people who played the game understand the general idea, but you get that information later in the movie anyway. The way it delivers information is sort of backwards, forwards. So
you said there were lots and lots of voices going on.
Yeah.
Is that the two scientist ladies?
It's a bit of that.
Okay.
It's a bit of voices from his memory.
Okay.
I couldn't tell the two scientists apart. I know there were two of them because he finds audio logs in their black box about it.
Yeah. Did they get voiced by different people?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I looked on the IMDb.
Yeah.
I've been down that road. Yeah, his mother is listed as like a familiar voice. There's a line that's like, your mother wouldn't recognise the killer she spawned, or maybe she'd be proud, which is how I know it's his mum.
Yeah.
And maybe what makes me think she gave him the knife? Why would she be proud, you know? And of course, Filament Station. I'm torn because he's got such a guilty conscience. He did something. But also, he was clearly trying to stop it. And the guy shouting him in the corridor, do something. It's like he got, like, paralysed almost, probably.
Yeah.
The plan was never to destroy Filament Station. So he was the factor that ended in its destruction, intentionally or not.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I feel like when he goes, I'll give you the butcher at the end.
Yeah.
The tooth. I think he's angry. I don't think it's admitting. I think it's like carrying that confusion of guilt and the stuff that he was responsible for, but he didn't mean it to happen. And that anger at maybe just the injustice of it. And that word sums it up. Who knows?
Oh, Simon the Butcher lost his nerve was one of the lines.
Oh.
They called him that, so...
It's just like a playground taunting.
Well, they were kids.
Mean.
They were really quite young. Like, you see
Right.
him, he's like 10, maybe? Even when he's killing people.
In the movie?
But you don't see him kill them, but you see him surrounded by kids dead on the ground. He's got blood on his hands.
Okay. Maybe he is the butcher.
I would think so.
Oh.
But yeah, that's the movie that topped box office, and
It's pretty amazing. It's such an achievement.
I'm quite impressed.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions or comments?
No.
No?
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
You're welcome.